stop before you build that digital product, before you design it, before you launch it. You need to answer one question. Will it actually sell? Because the fastest way to waste months of effort online is building a product no one is going to buy. In this video, I'm going to show you how to know before you build whether your digital product can actually make money. I'm going to show you that. Hey there, if you're new here, I'm Angela, teacher turned monetized creator and an online business coach. I help women turn what they already know into digital products that generate real income without the burnout, without the overwhelm, and without all the guesswork. And after my last video about making $100,000 with one digital product, got over 8,000 views and counting, people out there all wanted to know the same thing. And that is, how do you know what you are building is the right thing? That is exactly what we're solving today. In this video, I'm going to break down the 3 validation signals that tell you that your product will sell. I'm going to break down the biggest mistake most creators make before launching, and also the simple test you can use to protect your time and make sure your product has real income potential. By the end of this video, you'll know whether your idea is ready to build or whether it needs to be adjusted before you invest your energy. Here's why. Because making money online isn't about creating more. It's about creating what people are already looking for. Can I just say that again? Let me just say that one more time. Please, 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 please. Making money online with digital products is not about creating more. So stop beating yourself up and throwing stuff against the wall hoping it sticks. Please, please, please don't do that. Making money with digital products, y'all, it's really more about creating what people are already looking for. Let's talk about how you know the difference. Let's get into all 3 of the validation signals you need to be looking for. Validation signal number 1. The first signal that your digital product can make money is this. People are already asking for help with that problem. Not in theory. In real conversations. If no one is asking about it, if no one is searching for it, if no one is complaining about it, you are building in isolation. And isolation, it doesn't sell. Validation is about demand. So here's the simplest test. Are people Googling it, asking it in Facebook groups, commenting about it on YouTube, messaging you about it in the DMs, venting about it in conversations? If the problem is visible, demand is visible. And where there's visible demand, there's income potential. Where there's a visible, actual proof of demand, there is income potential. So, quick question here. What's the problem you're thinking about turning into a product? I want you to drop it in the comments because that is the conversation we have to have. And I'm going to spoiler alert here. I'm going to ask you as soon as you comment, whatever you say in the comments, I'm going to reply because I love rich, valuable conversation with my people. And I'm going to ask you one thing. Is there proof? Is there visible proof? This is a viable thing that people are looking for or commenting about? Because if this is not, I'm going to tell you, try again. Only because I love you. Only because I love you. Because if you clearly state the problem, you're already ahead of most creators. So, what's validation signal number 1? Is it a real problem people are looking for? Here's your validation signal number 2. You've personally solved the problem yourself. Okay, not perfectly. I give you that, but practically, because people don't just pay for information, they pay for your experience. If you've walked through something, made the mistakes, learned what works, don't think that that is just normal. Don't downplay that. That is your moneymaker. You don't need to be 10 steps ahead of your customer. You need to be at least 3 clear steps ahead. That makes your product relatable, and relatable products sell faster than perfect ones. It took me a long time to figure that out, y'all, because I thought once I got it perfect, I would start making money. The truth be told, people love other people when they are real and authentic. And when I started being real, start sharing my real pitfalls, my real failures, what I thought were failures, it resonated with people. And then the conversation started, and then the sales start pouring in. So ask yourself, have I actually walked this road, or am I trying to teach something I just learned yesterday? Credibility accelerates conversion. Let me give you a real example. When I first started creating digital products, I sat down and literally said, oh, what can I sell? Oh, what can I make money with? That was so dead wrong, but it took me time to learn the right way. Instead of saying, oh, what can I sell? I learned to ask a very important question, and that is, what have I already solved? I downplayed what I went through and my journey so much. I kept telling myself in my head, nobody wants that. Nobody needs that. Turns out that's exactly what my audience wanted. You see, as a teacher, I had already created systems to simplify complex lessons for my students. I did that every day like clockwork. I knew how to create frameworks. I had worksheets. I had processes that work. So that, because I knew how to do it so well, humble brag here, I thought it wasn't valuable. I thought surely everybody knows how to do that. And what happened is, instead of trying to invent something new that I thought would be great or magnificent or amazing, I did something different. I tried something different, and turns out it worked. What I did was I packaged what I was already doing, and that changed everything. I took what I already knew, which is systems. System is the solution, Michael Gerber said. And I'm a systems girl through and through. And I took what I already know how to do well, and I turned that into something that people were already looking for, which is a system to make money online. You see, I wasn't guessing anymore. I wasn't copying trends. I was solving a problem that I deeply understood, how to take what I know and package it and turn it into a deliverable. I took systems that I know how to create very well. That is why it sold. Not because it was flashy, because it was clear. That's what I want you to see. So take it from this girl. Take it from me. Learn from my experience. Don't downplay what you've been through. People want that. They need that. Your experience is not random. It's valuable. Now, we're going to get into validation signal number 3. I'm so glad you stuck around for this. Here's your validation signal number 3, and this is the most important one. Would someone pay to solve the problem that you figured out? Would they pay to solve the problem faster? Not would someone like it. Would someone pay to skip the struggle? Because money follows urgency. Think about it this way. If the problem costs your audience time, if it costs them stress, if it costs them money, if it costs them their confidence, if those costs are evident in your audience's real life, they are more likely to invest in a solution. If the problem is mild, interest will be mild. If the problem is painful, buying becomes easier. You see where I'm going with this? That's real validation. So with these 3 validation signals in mind, I want you to stop and think about something. If you have all of these validations in place, guess what? I have good news for you. The next step is structuring your digital product clearly. Take these 3 validation signals and say, I'm ready. I'm actually ready to build a digital product that's actually going to make me money. The next step is actually structuring and packaging that rich, valuable knowledge of yours. And this is where most people freeze. Even if all of the validation signals are evident in your journey, the one thing that's stopping you from actually creating a product that is ready to sell is this. You know the problem, you know the demand, but you don't know how to turn it into something organized and sellable. That's exactly why I created my instant digital product template. It walks you through how to take your idea and turn it into a simple, structured product you can actually sell. It's a template, so all you have to do is add in your rich, valuable knowledge, and boom, your product is done. I'll link it below if you want something plug and play to speed things up. Now let's talk about what happens next. If you can say, yes, people are asking for this. Yes, I've solved this. Yes, someone would pay to solve it faster. Then your product idea isn't random. It's viable. It's sellable. It's your financial breakthrough ready to happen. But here's where most women stall. They have the idea, they see the demand, but they overthink the execution. They overthink implementing it into their daily life practices. But if you are serious about actually building this instead of just thinking about it, start inside the free Little Oil Lounge. That's where we are taking everything you learned today and turn it into action. Inside my Little Oil Lounge, you'll get guided prompts to clarify your one product, accountability so you stop overthinking, small focused steps that move you toward income. It's not overwhelming, y'all. It's really about implementation. You gotta make a move. And when you are ready to fully build and launch your product step by step, that's when we go deeper inside my Little Oil Challenge. That is also inside my Cura Circle. But first, start with clarity. Start small. I want you to click on the link inside the description to join my Little Oil Lounge. You're welcome to join us, no strings attached. Women only, please, because the Cura Circle is for women of faith creators. The lounge link is below. Now, if your product idea passes the 3 validation signals I shared in this video, the next question becomes, okay, Angela, how do I actually turn one validated product into $100,000? That's exactly what I break down in this video right here. In this video, I show you the math behind scaling, the 3 strategic shifts, and the simple system that turns one product into consistent income. So before you go building anything, watch this next video. It'll completely change how you think about scaling your digital product. It's Angela Tesno here. And until next time, always be creating. Here's your video. Bye for now.